Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Hudsonville football's Trey Carr. How's it going, man?
Going really good.
All right. Before we get to the famous 10 burning questions, talk about a big game for you guys this week against Granville.
Yes, sir. Yeah, really important. First conference week. All the guys are super excited to get into it. It's been our most competitive week of practice so far already. Game hasn't even started.
Okay, for people that may not know who you are, kind of introduce yourself a little bit.
My name's Trey Carr. I play quarterback for Hudsonville. It's my second year starting. I'm a senior, and yeah, pretty much it.
All right. Okay, so these are, of course, if you haven't seen these yet, these are the 10 burning questions. These are the same question I've been asking all year to these guys, and it's been pretty interesting answers, and I love doing these. All right, here we go. Okay, the first one, Trey, is how do you mentally prepare for a game?
Mentally, for our last two games, people that don't know, I guess, we are way on the east side, long bus rides. Our bus ride, if you ever sit down on one of them, it's pretty quiet. We like to get loud and celebrate on the way back if we win, but it's pretty quiet. A lot of guys, including myself, like to lock in earbuds, listen to some music, just get in the zone. There's time for partying after, but before we really just lock in like that. Night before game day, have a good team dinner, and I go straight home. I get like a light workout in, nothing to get me sore, and then I pretty much go straight to bed.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you manage your time?
I'd like to say 10, but probably closer to 8 because I got a lot to do. I'm pretty busy. I got a bunch of APs, and like I said, I'm involved in student council and some other extracurricular stuff. So I get it all done, but sometimes not everything done to the best of my ability.
Yeah, you got a lot to do. Senior year is always a fun because you gotta balance everything out. We have a lot of different sports and stuff, and trying to be an everyday kid too. So
right.
Lots of fun stuff there. Okay, if you could pick one social media app to use and delete the rest, what would you pick?
Man, I gotta go with Instagram. I probably use it most behind TikTok, but I feel like I stay in touch with a lot of people with it. Like nobody I know really uses like TikTok, and I don't have everyone like relatives on Snapchat. So I'd probably keep Instagram just to keep my connections like in the real world.
You see, I had a Snapchat, but I got rid of it when I took this job. And
yeah.
So it's like, I used it, but I have not used TikTok yet. I just don't get it.
Really? Man, I didn't get it either. I resisted at the start, but it's addicting. That's what it is. That's all social media gets nowadays.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, you mentioned you listen to music during bus rides to games and all that stuff. What's your game day playlist?
Game day playlist? I get some J. Cole.
Okay.
I listen to a lot of J. Cole. Little bit of Kanye, not a ton. I'm not like a big Kanye guy, but a little bit of Kanye. Okay. I don't even know a lot of the artists on these other songs, but a lot of just like chill songs, not like super like, I don't want to say I'm like indie, but like not like the mainstream stuff, just like some chill music. And then band called the Suicide Boys. My whole team listens to them. They play some pretty good pump up music. I listen to that right before we get there.
Okay. I've not heard of them, so I might have to check them out.
Oh, they're good. They're just a rap rock band.
Okay. All right, this has been the most interesting question I've asked. On a scale of 1 to 10, how well are you at responding to text messages?
Responding to text messages? I give myself 6 probably, because if I get them right away and like I have a free hand, I'll respond. But like a lot of times, if I'm doing something else, I kind of look at it, clear it, and forget about it. So I don't do it intentionally, but I end up forgetting if I'm not staring at my phone and I respond to it right away.
Do you have an iPhone?
Yes.
Maybe red receipts on?
No, for that reason, because I feel bad when I accidentally forget to respond to someone and they're like, oh, like he's ghosting me, but I truly just forget.
Okay. I mean, you're not as bad as some people. There have been much worse than that. Most of them, it's like we've gotten a few 10s though.
Really?
Okay, what's a TV or streaming show that you're really into right now?
Really into? That's crazy. You said yesterday. I just finished Breaking Bad, and I loved that. I've been watching it for months, and I just got around to finishing it yesterday. So I'm about to start Better Call Saul next. Okay. That's what my mom said to go watch. So that's my second show.
Okay.
I'm about to get into.
I mean, I know that show just ended about a month ago. So
yeah.
That'd be a good one, Trey. So I'll have to see what that is. Or you can watch The Orville on Hulu and Disney Plus. Good stuff. That's Marlon's sci-fi show. It's really
yes, sir. I'll write it down.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
I'm gonna go invisibility.
You know, you're the first one to say that.
Really?
Yes.
Well, like I think it's just there's so much you can do with it. Like when you think about it, you can get into anywhere you want. You'll never have to wait in line really for anything again. You don't have to wait in line for the movies. You can get amusement. You can skip amusement park lines pretty much. Yeah. It's pretty powerful.
Are you an amusement park fan?
I kind of have a love-hate with them. Like I love going on roller coasters, but like I said, I hate the lines. Like I can't stand waiting like 2 hours for one ride.
I know Michigan's Adventure's right out by you, or Cedar.
Yeah.
Like that.
Cedar. I've never been to Cedar Point. I'd love to be there. I went in once with on a school trip. I went out east. I went to Hershey Park, and like they have some good rides there, but like every ride was a good hour and a half minimum. So it kind of takes the fun away.
Okay, so this summer, go to Cedar Point.
Cedar Point. It's on my bucket list for sure.
After you graduate, just take a bunch of buddies down there.
Yeah.
Family or something. Just go down there.
Yeah.
Will never. I mean, obviously, Top Toe Dragster will be closed. But
that's one thing I've seen on like I saw it on TikTok or something. Everybody was like saying goodbye to it or something. And apparently that was a favorite.
I've never ridden it. I know friends of mine have. I know my family has, but I'm not. I'm like, no. It's like shoot you all the way up, and then it goes like all the way down. I'm like, no, then not for me.
That's perfect. That's exactly what we want. That's perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Here's another good one. What is your earliest football memory?
Earliest football memory. Okay. Ironically, it's against Granville. Rocket football, Hudsonville. We played Granville every week in Rocket. I remember I played outside linebacker at this point, outside linebacker and running back. And I remember it was fourth quarter. They were kind of going on a drive, and we were up by 1, so it was kind of a big drive. We were up by a tutty, and they tried to do a little quarterback keep on 4th down, and in Rocket football, it's all you need for them, really. Jet sweeps and quarterback keeps are kind of the name of the game. But I was outside linebacker, and I read it like beautifully, and I hit the dude right when he turned around and sacked him it was a huge stop, and it was so exciting.
How old were you at the time?
Fifth grade, so 10 maybe. It's 10 fifth grade, I think. That sounds right.
10, 11, 10,
4. Yeah. So I was either 10 or 11. But it was super cool. It was like it was like our championship game. So we didn't have championships, but like that was the game to go undefeated for us. So it was like our championship. So it was super cool.
Yeah, for sure. All right. What is your pregame meal before a game?
Pre-game meal, I go Subway. We got a Subway like right by our field. A lot of dudes on our team like go there. I work at Subway too, so I might be biased, but I always hit up Subway.
Particular one though?
Yeah, right next to the field. Because I live I live like 3 minutes from our field, and that Subway's like 2 minutes from my house, so it works out nice.
That's amazing. So I gotta ask you, what do you get?
Okay, I've got that. I'm a kind of a picky eater, so like I don't have like what most people would like good, but my sub, I either go steak and cheese on a flatbread or a steak and cheese wrap.
Okay.
And sometimes I go all American club. Like game days I go all American club because I feel like steak like sits in me a little bit, but ham, turkey, bacon, way to go.
For me, it's spicy Italian. So
That's a classic. That's a good one.
I mean, yeah, that's what I've always gotten for years since I've gone to Subway.
Yeah.
How long have you been it's like quarterback by day, sandwich artist by night, you know?
Yes, sir. The quarterback Fridays, sandwich artist Saturday morning.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah. You never thought you're a Subway sandwich artist. That's awesome.
I know. I was filling out college apps today, and it's like one of the activities is like fill out like if you work, you fill that out, and it asks for a title. And I didn't know if I'd write down like sandwich artist or not, because like that's like the official title, like on your paperwork. It's what it says too.
Maybe you should say like Subway sandwich artist.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I've got to commit to it. I feel like.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Here's the last one. If you could give advice to your younger self, something you know now but didn't know then, what would it be?
This might sound, I need to kind of explain this, but like regarding football, like and in things in life, it's don't take things too seriously, you know, like especially like my sophomore year with like everything going on, COVID probably contributed to this a little bit, but I was just so stressed with everything. We didn't get a lot of reps that summer, and like going into that year, I was super anxious about everything. Like every mistake I made, I would beat myself up, and it almost made me like lose why like I started playing football, you know. And so there's a difference between being competitive and being like a perfectionist, and that's something I really had to work on, was like letting some things go and going on to the next play, and at the end of the day just having fun with it, because that's why little 10-year-old me started playing, you know. Just go play the game.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. Yeah, definitely you've had quite the high school career, including dealing with everything with COVID, and then just and now you get to have what is so called so far you don't have to deal with any restrictions. Obviously COVID's not over.
Right. Yeah. Knock on wood right now.
But yeah, obviously it's obviously after everything that everything that everyone's been through in the last 2 years, you get to have a senior year to remember.
Yeah. Super excited.
All right. Well, Trey, thank you so much for joining for doing this. That's going to do it for the 10 burning question for this time around. Who knows?
All right.
Beyond. Trey, thank you so much for coming on, man. That's all I got for you, and we'll good luck this weekend.
Absolutely. Thank you.